When you buy an insurance policy, what are you really buying? I mean, it's more than just a piece of paper, right? It's a promise. A promise that if something awful happens, the company will be there to help you pick up the pieces. But how can you be sure that promise is rock solid? For most of us, that's a total black box. So today, we're going to try and pry it open. So let's start with the core problem. You've got this policy, it looks all official, but it's from some gigantic financial company. How are you, just a regular person, supposed to peek inside their incredibly complex finances to see if they're actually healthy enough to survive a huge crisis? And let's make this personal for a second. Think about your own insurance, your car, your home, your health. How confident are you, really, that your insurer could handle a massive, widespread disaster like a Category 5 hurricane and still have the money to pay out your claim? It's a pretty unsettling question, isn't it? And if we're being honest, most of us just kind of hope for the best. On the surface, the whole deal seems simple enough. You pay them your premiums, and they promise to pay your claims. But behind that simple idea is this dizzying world of investments, risk models, and long-term financial obligations. You can't just look up their bank balance. So where do you go to get a straight answer? Well, that's where our subject for today comes in. For well over a century, one organization has made it its only mission to be the independent financial fact-checker for the entire insurance industry, and that organization is AM Best. And listen, these guys have been around for a long time. AM Best wasn't just some early player in the game, they practically invented the game. Back in 1905, they were the ones who pioneered the whole concept of giving an insurer a financial health rating. They've been setting the standard from the very beginning. Their entire mission, in their own words, is to provide an essential tool. And that part is so key. They don't sell insurance. They're not trying to sell you anything. Their only job is to give an unbiased, objective opinion on whether an insurance company can actually keep its promises when it counts. And the sheer scale of what they do is, well, it's pretty staggering. We're talking about nearly 4,000 ratings in over 100 countries. Yeah, this isn't some small boutique firm. They are a fundamental part of how the global insurance market works. So how do they actually do it? Well, you can think of the whole process like a super in-depth financial health checkup for an insurance company. And when they're all done with their analysis, they publish the results as a simple, easy-to-understand grade for all of us to see. Okay, so the big one, the one you really want to pay attention to, is the FSR. That's the financial strength rating. This rating tells you point blank about an insurer's ability to pay your claim as a policyholder. Seriously, if you only look at one thing, this is it. Now, they also have something called an ICR, or the Issuer Credit Rating. Think of this one as a wider lens. It's a bit broader because it's an opinion on the company's ability to meet all of its financial obligations, not just insurance policies. It gives you a more complete picture of the company's overall financial stability. And here's where it all becomes practical. This table shows you how to translate the grades. Just think of it like a school report card. You see an ICR like A. That's going to line up with a top-of-the-class A+ for financial strength. The main takeaway is pretty simple. Anything in that A category, A- all the way up to A++, that's a sign of a really solid, secure company. Okay, so we know they provide these crucial ratings, but what makes AM Best the one everyone listens to? Why are they considered the undisputed leader in this space? It really comes down to one thing: focus. Unlike other big rating agencies that are rating everything from car companies to countries, AM Best eats, sleeps, and breathes insurance. It's all they do. This deep specialization has made them the world's leader in FSRs, and it's why the real pros, the brokers who place billions of dollars in coverage, trust their analysis above all others. And their reach is truly global. We're talking from their headquarters in New Jersey to hubs in London, Amsterdam, Hong Kong, Singapore, Mexico City, you name it. This gives them on-the-ground expertise, all held to the same high global standard. And you gotta understand, these ratings aren't just a quick glance at a spreadsheet. Each one is the result of a super deep dive into 4 key areas: the strength of their balance sheet, how well they perform day to day, their overall business profile, and critically, how they manage risk. It is an incredibly rigorous process. All right, so we've gone through all that. Let's bring it right back home. Why should any of this matter to you and your financial security? Look, it really boils down to the difference between uncertainty and clarity. Without a rating from someone like AM Best, you're basically flying blind. You're just hoping your insurer has its act together. But with their rating, you get clarity. You get an expert, independent opinion on their financial health, and that provides some serious peace of mind.
And they've made it really simple for you to spot the good ones. AM Best offers something called the Best Mark. It's basically a visual seal of approval. So if you see that logo on an insurer's website or paperwork, you know that company has gone through this whole tough, independent financial review.
So let's leave you with this final thought. Your insurance policy is one of the most important financial promises in your life. So before you sign on that dotted line or renew for another year, shouldn't you know what grade that promise gets? Because knowing the answer, well, that could make all the difference.